As you can tell, the truck is a lot less completed than it was the last time I filmed. The front is where the big mistake happened.
Yeah, that's right. I completely messed up the front end. But before we get to that, let's start from the beginning.
Okay, it's kind of windy today, so I hope my audio is good. But we're back at it, another weekend on the Tacoma. Today, my reamer finally came in. This is a specialty tool I had to order. This thing was like $60, and I'm gonna use it one time, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Because the top knuckle here, for where the drag bar goes, for some reason the taper wasn't the correct taper for the Dana 44 1-ton tie rod ends. So right now we're gonna ream that out and then get my drag link in, and then the front end will literally be like done after that. I mean, I'm gonna do a bolt check, fill fluid still. I started the truck this morning. I put oil in it, put some power steering fluid in it. You can see it doesn't sit down as far as it should be. There's a gap here on the bottom. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Well, as you can tell, the truck is a lot less completed than it was the last time I filmed. I've been coming here for the past week because usually I only film weekends and stuff like that. But I was so close to being done that I started coming here after work to do little things like bleed brakes, coolant, stuff like that, self-align. Basically, the last day I was working on the truck, the day before I was supposed to go to the alignment shop and be on the road and everything, I went to bleed the brakes. O'Reilly's caliper seal just blew straight out. That was the first issue we ran into. Second issue, the water pump appears to have gone out. We're leaking coolant. Third issue, I set the rear pinion angle without the bed on it. My mistake. It's up 3 degrees, so I'm just gonna shim it. I know it's kind of like, because I welded it all on, then you're gonna see the shims, but I'm just gonna shim it, call it good. The front is where the big mistake happened, because the front is what I did first without much knowledge on straight axle swaps or driveline angles or anything like that. I set this pinion degree at 0. I did not think about, one, how much lift this thing would have, the driveline angle, or the transfer case angle. The transfer case is up 4 degrees, the pinion angle is at 0, and the driveline is at 20. So if you do some quick math, that's almost 24 degrees of operating angle at the driveline, or at the transfer case, and 20 degrees at the pinion. If you don't know much about operating angles, that is way too much. You cannot have that even for double card-on. So, because of that issue, our only option now is to redo the whole front axle. Everything has to be cut off of the front axle. The knuckles have to be cut back off, my custom machine knuckles, and we have to clock them. The pinion has to rotate up almost 15 degrees, and then everything has to be re-welded and put back together. It's not a lot of work, but it's also a good couple weeks setback. It really sucks. It is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. So today we are gonna get down to stripping this axle apart and clocking it. And I still gotta order some new leaf spring mounts now. Shock mounts I'll reuse because I cut them off clean, or my dad did. My dad helped me out with this a little bit. He came through yesterday and pulled the axle out for me while I was at work. It is definitely a bummer. It sucks to have to be so close to completion and then right back to square zero or square one or whatever the saying is. I'm not happy, but I'm also not going to settle. We're going to do this right and one time only. The water pump really sucks because I'm pretty sure that was my fault as well, because I dry started this thing with no coolant after having it sit for 5 months. So that was also 100% my fault. Everything that messed up was my fault, which, you know, I'm trying not to kick myself for it too much because it's very easy to just beat yourself up about it, but got to move forward, got to fix it, can't give up. Like that, in one weekend we redid the whole front axle thanks to my mistake, but we cut and turned the knuckles, we got the pinion angle set, and then I already got the shock mounts welded in. So when I come back on tomorrow after work, I'll throw the shocks in, get it back at ride height, and then all I need to do is shim the rear, finish fixing the coolant leak, which I think is just 2 hoses up and under the intake manifold, which I'm going to pick up from Toyota tomorrow, and then hopefully test drive the truck this weekend. Yeah. The truck is finished for the most part. I don't know where I left off on the filming, but a couple short days after work, I came over here and finished up the little things that need to be done, bleed brakes, replace the coolant lines, you know, just little final touches to the truck. It still doesn't have a front drive shaft, but other than that, the truck is complete, and I have been commuting to work, and I put 300 miles on it, 0 issues. There is like almost like a little clunking / binding in the steering, but it really isn't bad enough for me to care about right now. Saturday, today's Thursday, Saturday, I'm sending it to Fresno. I'm gonna line up my boy's shop in the morning, and then we're just straight sending it all the way down to Fresno, see if we make it for my boy's bachelor party. But we did it. I can't believe we did it. I was super stressed about getting this thing running, and now it runs and it drives and I have 0 issues. So all that whining and complaining I did on camera, which I don't know if I used the footage, was all for nothing because I made it happen, and I'm super proud of this build. So thanks for watching.